Hello everyone and welcome to the Void Between Reality and the Land of Heckin' Nerds. My name is Ryan, aka Here the Void, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class Micronus Prime. And I was finally able to find a Micronus Prime. In fact, I found an Onyx Prime with him, and I was also able to find a Vector Prime, or not Vector, Alpha Trion today, so those will be the next two reviews, but been looking everywhere for this toy, and he's actually pretty cool. It's a unique take on the primes. Micronus being the first mini-con. He's in this little... So he's actually this, and he's currently tucked up in his power suit. He is according to lore, he is the prime that's basically the moral conscience, or moral compass and conscience of the primes. So he's basically Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket the Transformer. Imagine that one. His relic is this sigil here. This is his Chimera sigil, which he uses to share his energy and power with other primes. So he's sort of the support class, I guess you would say. So first things first, we'll give you the customary look. LA noggin. It's a nice noggin. Kind of nondescript, but it does the job. I like it. As for posability, somewhat limited. Just because of the way this transforms. This does come apart to transform, and I know parts forming, but they were kind of trying to design him as a pseudo armorizer. They were just trying to figure out something for the power suit to do, really, because I think of all the primes, he's fine at deluxe class just because of what he is, and he's a Minicron tucked up in power suit. So I think if you were going to do any of the primes in the deluxe class, it should be him, but I think all the others should be Voyager. But like I said, going to posability, the head is on a ball joint, but it is very hard to move around because of the kibble back here. Because of the kibble here, it is hard to get the shoulders to go all the way around, but if you really wanted to, you could just collapse down the kibble, and you could do it like that. He does have a bicep swivel and a bend at the elbow, but as you can see, most of this toy is comprised with mushroom pegs. Now, I haven't had a super huge problem with the mushroom pegs, except for the hands. If you twist these around too much, they will come out. Oh, that is supposed to happen. His arm is supposed to come off. That's not the mushroom joints or pegs. But like I said, bicep bend at the elbow. His wrist does turn, but beware of the mushroom peg. No real waist articulation. He can kick back that far, though, and forward that far, and can do the splits, and bend at the knee, and a decent ankle pivot. So yeah, it's limited in posability, but it does what it needs to do. Before we go into the vehicle mode for the power suit, I will open up the doors here and bring out Micronus Prime. Now, I do have, or Micronus Prime proper, but I do have a QC issue with mine. This could be, mine just could be, as I drop him. Mine could be a lemon, I don't know. However, for whatever reason, my leg on the right side does not want to peg in all the way so that this could close and fill in. But oh well, it does make it a little difficult sometimes to sandwich him into the power armor, but oh well. As for transformation into his robot mode, you just bring the legs down like that. Then you open up the arms right here and right here. Turn his head around. Then turn the arms and fold them back up. And there is Micronus Prime proper, the first Minicon. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see the head. It is a little tiny in there, or the face, but it is there. And he will be able to ride his power suit unicycle mode. Yes, it turns into a Cybertronian unicycle. So the first thing I'm going to do is first thing we're going to do to go into transformation, we're going to take off the arms. Then we're going to fold in the head like so. You do need to take this off. So what I usually do is just use the peg here, just to wedge in, or the peg on the arm, just to wedge in and get the chimera sigil out. And then the chimera sigil is just going to go on Micronus's back here. One thing I forgot to mention, this is made out of quite a bit of translucent plastic. Luckily, the only translucent plastic ball joint is at the head. Just be careful with that. But the other ball joints and connectors are not translucent plastic. So thank goodness for that. So we take out the arms. Then we're going to take the leg section off. We're going to fold this up so that the two little spikes are up there. Then we're going to take this, or take the leg, fold out that little peg on that side, and fold that in, then fold the toe in. Fold the toe in first on the other side. Sometimes the toe does like to come undone, unfortunately. Now, sometimes I forget how this is supposed to go in. I think it goes in. There we go. Like so. Then you have the wheel. Then we'll come back to the body. We're going to take these sections and fold these silver pieces in and just fold these in for now. So we're going to fold down these bits. And then these 4 pegs are going to line up into the wheel section. You have to make sure that these are, here, just fold those down just to get them out of the way. Or actually, no, fold them out. I'm sorry. Then they get out of the way. And then sometimes a little easier said than done. Just sandwich that in. And then spin that little piece around so it'll peg in like so. And then you can do the same with the other one, like so. And then these silver pieces are going to lock into these tabs here. So do that. Okay. Like so, and like so. Then we can take the arms, and these will plug into the side to create a bit of a kickstand. And then we can take soul. I don't know why I keep mixing up the names. We can just fold Micronus's arms like this, and then connect those in there like that. And then there's little slots here and little pegs on his feet. They don't really lock in, but they just kind of rest in. Sometimes it was a little hard to get him to wedge in on the bars. Like that. And there you go. And there you have Micronus's his power suit. Sometimes the arms do like to come undone. The arms aren't really proportioned well enough to get both hands like secured on the seat or on the handlebar, but yeah. But there you go. There is his unicycle mode, and he can roll as all rolling things should. It's an interesting concept for an alt mode. It's something different, and I don't mind different. You know, they were trying something new here, and I think they did a decent job. It's not perfect, but you know, it's not bad. I like it. I do like it. I like the robot mode more, but the unicycle mode does what it has to do. All right, going back into robot mode, we will take Micronus Prime off first and just kind of swivel off his chimera signal. Then we're going to transform him back into his disc mode. To do so, we're just going to unpeg his arms so that we can then turn the head around and just turn the arms around. And those will snap into place, and then you just fold the legs over like that. Again, this one doesn't really want to peg in, unfortunately. For the body, we're going to take off the arms, and just set those to the side. Then we will unpeg these two bits, come in here and unpeg the wheels, and put that off to the side. Then we'll open up the legs, fold out that little pin there so we can get this in the right position, and then just turn the legs so that this part is facing back, and fold that peg in, and then flip his feet up like so. Then we can come down here, or come to the body, we're gonna open this up, fold these out, and then fold that back down. Then we'll fold these center pieces down, or these silver pieces down, fold up his head, then connect the legs back to the body, put in Micronus in his disc mode. Then we can take the Chimera symbol and just put that back in there like so. Close that up. And then we can reapply his arms. And there you go. There you have Micronus back in his robot mode, his power suit mode. I like it. Final thoughts, I like this figure. I think it's a neat figure. They tried something different here, and I think they did a decent enough job. Is it perfect? No. Is it mind-blowing? No. Does it do the trick and is just a kind of a neat figure? Yeah, absolutely. Pick up by preference, I would say. I mean, if you're collecting all the primes like I am, obviously you're going to pick this guy up to complete your collection. But yeah. I think this is a pickup by preference, unless you're already going to buy all the primes. But yeah, there you go. There you have the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Micronus Prime. I'm asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. And yeah, remember, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time.